What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for PlayPicks.com. I'm going to take a look at this Monday night football game between the Chiefs and the Broncos. Let's take a look right here. What can we say about this Chiefs team? I mean, honestly, putting up video game-like numbers each and every week on offense, and Patrick Mahomes looking every bit like the MVP so far this season. Not really much we can say bad about the way this Chiefs team has played on offense here. Coming down a little bit further here, guys, if you live in the New Jersey area, this little table right here will actually read $25 free at DraftKings Sportsbook. So you should definitely take advantage of that offer. $25 absolutely free at DraftKings Sportsbook, not going to cost you a dime. You don't have to deposit at all, so you can try out the Sportsbook there over in New Jersey. So taking a look at the lines here, DraftKings Sportsbook, FanDuel Sportsbook, and BetStars Sportsbook, all 3.5 right now. In favor of the Chiefs. This number has come down over the last 24 hours. It was at 4.5 even actually in a couple of spots. So some money coming in on the Broncos here over the last 24 hours. Will be interesting to see if the public gets involved a little bit closer to game time and kind of pushes the number back to 4, because obviously this Chiefs team is super popular right now. This is a team everyone's talking about, and Patrick Mahomes is making all the highlight videos and everything like that. So it'll be curious to see if this number stays on 3.5 or gets back up to 4. Actually will probably be the difference whether I end up playing this game or not, if we're being perfectly honest. Totals at 54.5 at all three books as well. So you can see a very, very high total. Did see some 55s out there along the way, but down to 54.5 here. One of the main things is everyone's talking about when they're talking about this Chiefs team is, yeah, this offense is so great, but this defense, oh man, this defense is so terrible. And listen, if you look at just the numbers right now, it's hard to argue that. They're 30th DVOA against the run. They're actually 30th DVOA against the pass as well. The Broncos have actually been running the ball pretty well. They're third DVOA right now, rushing the football. So maybe that could be a key to this game if the Broncos actually try to get stuff going on the ground right there. But you got to, one of the things to understand about these numbers, as far as just the raw numbers when it comes to the Chiefs defense, is the fact that they've gotten out to so many huge leads in these games that these teams are playing catch up, right? So you are just getting teams airing it out over and over and over and over and over again. So there's a little bit, when you just look at the raw numbers against this Chiefs defense, that there's a little bit skewed there. But don't get me wrong, this Chiefs defense is not nearly as talented as it has been in years past. A lot of guys out of town there, a lot of injuries that they're dealing with. So certainly not a defense that can't be had, even by a team led by Case Keenum, who has not been very good so far this year, turning the ball over pretty much every single game, giving up some picks in those games. So pretty curious to see how this one plays out here. As we scroll down a little bit further, you can see the Jake Butt, who was actually kind of starting to become a piece of this offense there for the Broncos, tore his ACL in practice this week, so he's going to be gone. It's real bummer there, because that guy was actually a talent and was certainly starting to come around in this offense. Maybe he gets replaced. Maybe that means more targets for like a Cortland Sutton, who's a big wide receiver or something like that. I don't know, but bummer there for Jake Butt, because certainly a guy that could have contributed for this team for sure. Look, we got some injuries here to keep an eye on heading up to kickoff, especially Pac-Man Jones, questionable there. Want to make sure and keep an eye on him and see where things are going with that. One of the things that you want to know probably is, how are we leaning in this game? And honestly, how I'm leaning in this game is I want this number to get back up to 4 or 4.5. And if that were the case, I think I would take the Broncos here. I believe in this Chiefs team, don't get me wrong, but going on the road to Mile High on Monday night, it's a different experience. Of course, the thin air as well, and it's certainly a thing early in the season. It's been proven that teams that travel to Denver and play in that altitude do tend to struggle just a little bit more. If that were the case, and you think that the Chiefs are going to struggle there in Mile High, that should also kind of push you to the under as well. A number as high as 54.5 is obviously built in the fact that the Chiefs are going to score, a ton of points in this game. And so if you think that the Chiefs are going to struggle even just a little bit, the under a 54.5 would certainly be the way to head in that one as well. Because look, at the end of the day, this Denver offense, even though they're going against a weaker Chiefs defense, is certainly not explosive by any stretch of the imagination. So 54.5 is just a very high total in the NFL. And I kind of lean towards the under in that one as well. So kind of to recap here, guys, DraftKings, FanDuel, and BetStars Sportsbook, 3.5s right now, 54.5s on the total. I'm going to be monitoring this one up until kickoff. Hopefully find me a 4.5 even. Hopefully some of that public Chiefs money comes rolling in because they love Mahomes. They love this high-powered offense. And if that's the case, then you can see me probably get on the Broncos. But right now, as we sit, probably not a play on the side, but I do lean to the under here on the total. Certainly something I'm going to be watching as we get a little bit closer. And again, if you head over to playpicks.com, head to playpicks.com/bonus. You can see all of the bonus offers that we have to offer from sportsbook aspect and from a DFS aspect if you play that as well. Best in the industry when it comes to these offers, and especially over at DraftKings, $25 free to play over there if you live in and or around the New Jersey area.